You might think this is just another video, an algorithm's coincidence, a digital accident. But deep down, you know better. There are no accidents, not today. This message was meant for you. It was sent with urgency, tearing through time and space to reach you. Because something around you is shifting. A presence you cast out, a shadow you believed was gone, has begun to stir again. The karmic tie you thought was severed is crawling back, slowly, desperately. But they're not returning whole. They are shattered, haunted by the very choice they made to dominate your world for a fleeting moment. They traded their soul for power, momentary, illusory power. And now, in the silence of the prison they built for themselves, they are crafting the perfect words to find a crack in your heart. This is not love. This is not healing. This is a strategic return, a manipulation, an infiltration disguised as reconciliation. To them, you are not a person. You are an escape hatch. The only way they believe they can outrun divine judgment is through you. But you, chosen one, are not the same. You are awake now, grounded, protected. So before we go any further, I need you to declare your readiness. Signal to the universe that you are anchored in your power. Like this video, subscribe to this channel and comment 77 as your affirmation, that you are open to the clarity and transformation needed to see through the illusion. Let this message echo in your space, even on silent. Its frequency is a shield. Its presence is protection. Every replay is a declaration to the cosmos. You are no longer vulnerable to manipulation. You are aligned with truth, and you are choosing divine protection above all else. Chapter 1, a ghost at the edge of your awareness. It begins subtly, doesn't it? A whisper on the wind, a name that pops into your head for the first time in months. You might be driving, washing the dishes, or in that quiet space just before sleep, and suddenly, their energy signature flickers at the edge of your consciousness. It feels like a cold spot in a warm room. This is not nostalgia. This is not a fond memory bubbling to the surface. It is a psychic probe, a desperate tendril of energy they are sending out like a fisherman's line into the dark, testing the waters, checking to see if the gates to your spirit are still unguarded. For the chosen ones, your spiritual senses are so heightened that you feel these things before they manifest physically. You feel the intention before the action is taken, and the intention here is thick with desperation. This person is living in a reality devoid of light because the only true light they had was stolen from you. And your source is infinite, while their theft was finite. Their time is up. The energy they siphoned has run out, and they are experiencing the spiritual equivalent of a blackout. Their days are a monotonous gray. The nights are filled with a suffocating dread. The peace they thought they would find by controlling you, by trying to force you into a karmic role you were never meant to play, has become the most profound and deafening torment. They are haunted not by your ghost, but by the ghost of their own potential, the ghost of their soul that they so casually bartered away. They miss the warmth, the vibrancy, the life force that you emanate without even trying. They don't miss you, the person. They miss what you represented. A connection to the divine, a wellspring of creation, a light so bright it made them feel powerful just by standing near it. They are crawling back not out of love, but out of a desperate primal need to escape the cold. The silence they are experiencing is the sound of their own spiritual death, and it is screaming at them. They are reaching out now, energetically, because they cannot bear it for another moment. They are counting on you to forget the volongbessible truth of who they are and what they did. This initial feeling, this sudden thought of them, is the first step in their plan. It is the knock on your spiritual door from a vampire begging to be let in before the sun rises on their transgressions. Chapter 2. The deal with the darkness and the counterfeit crown. To understand the depth of their torment, you must understand the nature of the transaction they made. This wasn't a simple mistake or a bad decision made in the heat of passion. This was a deliberate, calculated pact. They sold their soul. This is not a metaphor, chosen one. In the energetic and spiritual realms, this is a very real contract. They stood at a crossroads and chose the path of darkness for a single prize, to become your karmic lover. They wanted to be the central figure in your life, the one who defined your reality, the one you orbited around. They craved the power that came with being attached to a chosen one, believing they could hijack your destiny for themselves. They traded their authenticity, their inner peace, and their connection to a higher consciousness for a counterfeit crown. For a short time, it must have felt intoxicating. They wore this crown believing it made them a god in your world, an arbiter of your reality who could dictate your emotions with a single glance. They orchestrated drama, created confusion, and fed on the emotional chaos like a starving ghoul, all while presenting themselves as the stable, righteous one. But a counterfeit crown is not made of gold. It is made of solidified shadows, of lies and spiritual filth. And now that crown is melting. It is dripping a slow, toxic poison directly into their mind and spirit. Every moment of false power they enjoyed is now being paid for with 1,000 moments of genuine agony. The entities, or the dark consciousness, they made this deal with are not benevolent lenders. They are ruthless creditors, and the payment is peace of mind. It is joy, it is restful sleep. It is the ability to look at oneself in the mirror without flinching. This person is now bankrupt. The torment you are sensing from them is the sound of their spiritual assets being liquidated. They are being consumed by the very darkness they invited in. It whispers to them at night, reminding them of the price they paid. It shows them replays of their betrayal, not to induce guilt, but to mock their foolishness. They traded an eternity of potential peace for a fleeting illusion of control over you. And you, the chosen one, by simply continuing to exist in your truth and pulling your energy back, cause their entire kingdom to crumble. Their throne is a pile of ash, and their crown is a circlet of torment that they cannot remove. They are crawling back because they mistakenly believe that you, the object of their demonic bargain, are also the key to their salvation. They think that by tricking you into accepting them back, they can somehow nullify the contract. They want to use your light to burn away the darkness that is now devouring them. They are not coming to you for love. They are coming for an exorcism, hoping you will perform it for free. Chapter 3. Trapped in the mirror of their own making. When you finally and definitively cut the cord, when you chose your own sanity over their endless drama, you did something more profound than you realize. You didn't just walk away, you held up a giant cosmic mirror to their face. For the entire duration of your connection, they had successfully used you as a distorted lens. They projected all their own darkness, their own deceit, their own inadequacy onto you, and then pointed a finger, screaming, "Look at what is wrong with you." They needed you to accept this projection, to believe you were the flawed one, because it shielded them from the horrifying truth of their own inner landscape. But the moment you reclaimed your energy, the moment you said no more, that lens shattered, and the pieces reformed into a perfect mirror. Now they are trapped. Every single day, they are forced to look at an unfiltered reflection of what they have become. The face that stares back at them is not one they present to the world. It is the haggard, twisted face of a soul that has been sold and is now being collected upon. The lies they told you now echo in their own mind as accusations. The confusion they sowed in your heart now manifests as a constant, disorienting fog in their own head. They can't think straight. They try to plan their day, but their thoughts are relentlessly pulled back to what they did to you. It's an obsessive loop, a mental prison from which there is no escape. The peace they denied you is now the very thing that eludes them. They might try to distract themselves with work, with other people, with mindless entertainment, but the mirror is always there, right behind their eyes. It shows them not only what they did, but what they could have had. It shows them the path of light they rejected in favor of their petty power grab. This is divine judgment in its purest form. It is not a punishment handed down from on high. It is the natural, unavoidable consequence of their own actions. They created a monster of lies and betrayal, and now they are locked in a room with it forever. Their torment is so profound because they are not just seeing their actions, they are feeling the exact pain they inflicted on you. The stomach-churning anxiety, the crushing heartbreak, but multiplied by 1,000 because they have no divine light to buffer the blow. You, the chosen one, had your connection to Source to help you heal. They severed that connection willingly. They have no recourse, no comfort, no hope. They are utterly, terrifyingly alone with the monster in the mirror. And it is this unbearable reality that fuels their crawl back to you. They are desperate to shatter that mirror, and they believe that getting you to forgive them, to accept their new lies, is the only hammer strong enough to do it. Chapter 4. The sweet talk script they are rehearsing. Do not be mistaken, chosen one. Their return is not spontaneous. It is a carefully planned and rehearsed performance. Right now, in the solitude of their tormented existence, they are crafting a script. They are practicing their lines in the mirror, trying to find the perfect combination of words to disarm you, to make you lower your defenses. The strategy is not one of genuine repentance, because their pride and the darkness they aligned with will not allow it. The strategy is to rewrite history. They will approach you not as a perpetrator, but as a fellow victim. They will sweet-talk you with a narrative designed to evoke pity and confusion. The script will sound something like this. I know things ended badly, and I've had so much time to think. I was so confused back then. I was being influenced by other people, people who were whispering poison in my ear about you. They turned me against you. I was lost, and I didn't realize until it was too late that I was a pawn in their game, just like you were. They will try to create a common enemy, a shadowy third party that they can blame for the entire toxic dynamic. They will paint themselves as someone who was also manipulated, also deceived. They will tell you that their silence wasn't malicious, but a result of their own pain and confusion. They will say they never meant to hurt you, that it was all a tragic misunderstanding. They will romanticize the good times, meticulously and selectively editing the past to highlight fleeting moments of laughter and hollow connection, hoping to trigger your empathy and your old programming. This is chaos magic at its most insidious. It is an attempt to distort your reality, to make you question your own memories and the spiritual truth you fought so hard to uncover. They are coming to you as a wolf in sheep's clothing, and the wool is woven from threads of feigned vulnerability and shared victimhood. They will look you in the eyes, perhaps with tears welling up, and deliver these lines with the conviction of a seasoned actor. They have been rehearsing. They have been visualizing this conversation, running through every possible response you might have, preparing their counterarguments. This is not a conversation from the heart. It is a strategic military operation to breach your walls. They need you to believe this new story because if you accept their version of events, you validate their lie. You become an accomplice in their self-deception. And in that moment, you energetically release them from the prison of their own making by agreeing that it wasn't their fault. They are not crawling back for your They are crawling back for your signature on a spiritual amnesty agreement that they have fraudulently drafted. Chapter 5. Chosen ones, this is your final exam, sovereignty. Listen to me very carefully. This situation, this person's impending return, is not about them anymore. Their fate is sealed. The cosmic gears are already turning, and the consequences of their choices are cascading down upon them. This is about you. This is a final examination. All the work you have done, all the tears you have shed, all the nights you spent wrestling with your own shadows. It has all been leading to this moment. This is your graduation test in the School of Spiritual Sovereignty. The universe is asking you one simple question. Have you learned? Have you learned to value your peace above all else? Have you learned to trust your intuition, that gut feeling that screams danger, even when someone's words are coated in sugar? Have you learned that you are not a rehabilitation center for broken people who refuse to fix themselves? As a chosen one, your energy is a potent creative force. It is a beacon. This is why you were targeted in the first place. This person saw your light and wanted to own it, not bask in it. Now, as they crawl back from the darkness they chose, they are presenting you with a test. To pass, you must hold your ground. You must anchor yourself so firmly in your truth that their sweet talk and manipulations wash over you like water off a stone. To fail is to believe their lies. To fail is to allow pity to override your wisdom. If you let them back in, even just a little, you are giving them permission to reconnect their toxic siphon to your life force. You will be dragged back into the mud with them, your energy drained to pay off their spiritual debt. The progress you have made will be jeopardized. You will once again be mired in their drama, their chaos, and their endless need for validation. Passing this crucial test means observing their approach with the compassionate detachment of a distant star, watching their drama unfold without being drawn into its gravity. It means saying, either with your words or with your impenetrable silence, "I see you, but you have no power here anymore. The gate is closed." Your sovereignty is your ability to maintain your energetic integrity, regardless of who is trying to breach it. This is the moment to prove to yourself and to the cosmos that you are the absolute and undisputed ruler of your own inner kingdom. You are the chosen one not because you are perfect, but because you have the strength to choose the light, especially when the darkness comes knocking disguised as an old friend. Chapter 6. The Cosmic Debt and the Unpayable Bill. This person is not just suffering from a guilty conscience. They are being crushed under the weight of a cosmic debt. Every action in the universe creates an equal and opposite reaction. And their actions were a massive, energetic withdrawal from the bank of divine order. They took what was not theirs. They manipulated spiritual laws for personal gain. They attempted to derail the destiny of a chosen one, which is a severe offense in the eyes of the cosmos. This creates a debt that is almost impossible to repay through normal means. Think of it this way. They took out a high-interest loan from a predatory spiritual lender. The money was the temporary power they wielded over you. The collateral was their soul. Now, the bill has come due, and the interest has compounded to an astronomical figure. The torment they are experiencing, the sleepless nights, the constant anxiety, the mental loops, is the debt collector banging on their door. It is the universe relentlessly working to restore balance. The equilibrium must be reestablished. They threw a stone into the calm lake of your life, and the ripples have now circled back as a tidal wave to swamp them. Their attempt to crawl back and sweet-talk you is a desperate attempt to declare spiritual bankruptcy. They are trying to get you, the one they stole from, to co-sign their fraudulent debt. They believe if you forgive them under false pretenses, if you accept their manufactured narrative, that your light will essentially pay off their bill. They want to transfer their debt into your name. The dark forces they made a pact with do not care about excuses. They only care about payment. Since this person no longer has any light of their own to offer, these forces are squeezing them dry, taking their peace, their sanity, and their vitality as payment. This is why their approach will feel so desperate, so life or death. For them it is. They are being spiritually foreclosed upon, with their cosmic bailiffs arriving to repossess their very peace of mind, leaving them with absolutely nothing. You must understand, chosen one, that you are under no obligation to bail them out. In fact, interfering would be a violation of cosmic law. This is their debt, their bill to pay. Their suffering is not your responsibility. It is the direct and unavoidable consequence of their choices. You are the victim of the theft, not the solution to the thief's problems. By staying in your power and refusing to engage with their deceptive plea, you are allowing the process of divine justice to unfold as it must. You are allowing balance to be restored. Do not let them make you feel guilty for their pain. They wrote the check, and now the universe is simply cashing it in full. Chapter 7. The approach begins. Do not interfere. The time for theory is over. The energetic probes and the rehearsals in the mirror are culminating in action. The crawl back is beginning. Now, in the coming days, perhaps even hours, you will receive the signal. It might be a text message late at night, starting with a simple, "Hey, I know it's been a while, but you've been on my mind." It might arrive as a friend request on a dusty platform you barely check. It might be an email, thick with revisionist history and carefully curated wounds. For some, it may even be an unexpected accidental encounter in a place that once held your shared memories. However it comes, you'll feel it before you fully read or hear it. The energy will feel suffocating, urgent, needy, masked by a thin layer of casual words. Your spirit will recognize it immediately, even if your mind is still catching up. Your body will tighten, your soul will pull away. Because truth doesn't beg, and healing never arrives in disguise. This is the final scene of the karmic test. This is the moment of decision, and your only task is to remain still. Do not respond. Do not react. Do not explain. Do not justify. Decline the friend request. Leave the message unread. If it's a face-to-face moment, offer politeness without connection. Be a gray rock, unmovable, ungraspable, silent. Do not argue. Do not correct their narrative. Do not try to resurrect the clarity they refuse to hold. They cannot see truth right now. They are blinded by their own unraveling. To speak reason into their chaos is like whispering to a storm and expecting it to calm. Your silence is sacred. It is not weakness. It is warfare. It is the sound of divine boundaries being enforced across dimensions. It is the gavel of the universe, delivering final judgment with no need for spectacle. To stay silent is not cruelty. It is cosmic alignment. You are not punishing them. You are releasing them to their chosen consequences. You are letting the mirror reflect, unfiltered, unforgiving, unblurred. To interfere now would be to betray yourself. To offer them comfort would be to invite chaos back into your temple. They are crawling toward your light, not because they love you, but because they are drowning and see you as air. But you, beloved, are not their oxygen. You are the lighthouse, not the lifeboat. Shine, but do not welcome. Stand tall, but do not open the door. Let your radiance warn, not invite. The next chapter is being written, and the pen is in your hand. Guard it fiercely. Do not give it back to them.